Hi everyone, this is Professor Hall. This is a picture of me on a nice day. I just wanted you to have a face to put together with the name. So I know that class doesn't start for another week, but your Blackboard course shell is actually open, and I'm gonna use this video and this time together to walk you through the class to show you where everything is that you'll feel comfortable by the time we get started. So I'm gonna close up that page and we'll go over to Blackboard. Your Blackboard main page looks like this. Your courses will either be here on the right-hand side or sometimes they're in the middle. I'm not sure for students which one it is. So we are ENG 123, College Composition. And here is our home page. So there's this nice banner that I've made for you, welcoming you to the class. A couple of things on the home page. The first is the announcements. I'll wait for it to load. There we go. I'm going to be sending out announcements every week. After you have things due, the day after you have something due, I'll send out an announcement about things that are coming up the next week. So sometimes it'll be to remind you of a deadline, and other times it will be to give you a supplemental resource. I think most of them will probably have a quick video of me just saying hello and talking about what we're going to be working on that week. And then if we have anything come up, like if I have a number of questions from people that it seems a lot of people are confused about something or I didn't explain it clearly, I'll send you out another announcement during the week. So all of those announcements will go directly to your email, and if you have the Blackboard app, it'll come to that as well. You can always see the announcements here, though, by clicking More Announcements. And right now there aren't any, but by the time I send this out, that'll be the first one up. So all the announcements will be on this page. Also on the home page are your tasks, things to do, things that need attention, and any alerts for things that you haven't seen yet. The next link here on the left is the syllabus and also the calendar. So the syllabus is the course description and rules for the course. We're going to take a look at that first. It's in this module format, so you can click through the pages. There's my smiling face again, and my contact information. And then our course description. So this class provides a foundation in academic discourse by developing effective communication skills with an emphasis on expository writing, and oral presentation is required. So what does that mean in plain speak? That means that this class is really meant to help you for your other classes. We're going to look at writing essays and looking at some current events and reading critically, and then we're going to be writing about them. Writing about the things that we discuss. So demonstrate the writing process, including revision, editing, and proofreading, produce cohesive essays, address specific audiences, develop an argument, apply conventions of standard written English, and locate and ethically select, evaluate, and incorporate research. And then there's also an oral presentation, which we'll talk about later on. So the other thing that a lot of people ask me about this course is their book. This class is actually an OER class. OER stands for Open Educational Resources. So because this is an OER class, we don't have a formal textbook. So you don't have to buy a book. You're welcome. Instead, I've collected readings for you from the internet and also the library databases, and all of those are posted on Blackboard in each unit as we go. So there are YouTube videos, sometimes from me and sometimes from other people. There are things from online newspapers, websites, articles, and essays, and those kind of things. But we don't have a book, so if you're confused when you went in the bookstore, don't be. You weren't supposed to get a book for this class. You do have a book if you are in my English 096 class. So if you are in that course as well, make sure that you do get the book. Other information that's here, how you're graded, types of assignments. So we have basically 4 different types of assignments: discussion forums, journals, papers, and revisions. Discussion forums are public for the entire class. When you are doing a discussion forum, you post once, and then after you post, you'll be able to see the whole forum, and you can comment on 2 posts from your peers. Then we have journals, which are private and can only be read by me, and papers, which are also private and can only be read by me. Toward the end of the course, we're going to be doing revisions as well, and each of the revisions is going to be basically the same as a paper. It's private, it can only be seen by me, not the rest of the class. And it's an opportunity for you to fix up some of the work that you've done before. We'll also have the oral presentation, which is going to be looking at your portfolio, and there's a number of ways that you can do that and submit that. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. The homework and discussion policies are here. The biggest thing that I want you to remember is to be respectful, responsible, and responsive. This is not the comment section on YouTube or the one that they just got rid of on Yahoo News. I want you, or Reddit, I want you to make sure that you are professional and respectful in your comments. We're going to be talking about some topics that might be a little bit more sensitive to people. So we want to make sure that this is a safe space where we can share our thoughts and ideas. The plagiarism policy is also here, as is the attendance policy. For an online course, attendance means that you log in and you complete an assignment. So you have to do both of those things. You can't just log in and not complete anything. The other parts of the syllabus I'm not going to go through right now, but you can. We have an administrative withdrawal policy. I also have numbers here for ADA accommodations and some of the campus support services. So if you have accommodations that you need and you want to talk to somebody, if you want tutoring, or if you want to connect with the writing lab, their numbers and their hours of operation are there for you. If this is the first time for you in college and you haven't taken an online class before, and you maybe weren't expecting to, given our situation right now, I do have tips for taking an online class. This isn't a long thing to read, but it really can be helpful. So I'm going to click back here on syllabus and calendar, and underneath the syllabus is the calendar. Everything is broken up into units, and really what we have here, the way that things are set up, here's what you watch, here's what you read, and here are some optional things, and then here's what you're going to do. So every unit is kind of structured that same way. Watch the lectures, read the readings, here are some extra resources if you need help, and then here are the assignments. So watch, read, and do. You can see, same thing for informative essays. Watch the lecture videos, do the required readings. Here are some optional resources that are helpful, and then here are all the due dates. I hope that you notice, even by looking at this, I'll just pause here at the informative essay. A lot of times people get worried about writing an essay, but we're not going to do it all at once. For every essay that we do, it's broken up into parts. So you can see here for the informative essay, you're going to be reading things and responding to them on September 28th. Then you're going to be doing an annotated bibliography on October 5th. That's basically a list of all the research that you've compiled with some notes on it about how you can use it in your paper. And then you'll have another week to actually write the paper. So a week to read and collect your thoughts and watch the lectures, and then a week to do research, and then a week to write. And every unit is kind of structured that same way. Now, this one doesn't have research, but it's still a week to read and find out about the issue and discuss the issue, and then the next week after that, you'll be writing. So most of the papers are like that, where they're broken up into steps. You can kind of see, same kind of thing, right? The 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, 3 weeks to work on that paper. You can work ahead if you want. I grade things as they come up due. So if you do work ahead and you need my feedback, or you're looking for my feedback, just know that I'll still grade it when it's due. Also here for you is the monthly calendar view. So right now, you'll have a list of your courses and you can check them off. This is August, so let me fast forward. There we go. I have 3 classes set up here right now that you can see. It's kind of nice for me to be able to see all of the due dates, and you can basically use this like a planner for yourself as well. So if your other instructors have set up their classes so that you can see when the things are due, if they set up their calendar, you'll notice here that I'm asking you to do a writing sample that will be due by the 7th. And I'm also asking you to do the welcome board where you'll introduce yourself. So all of our due dates are going to come on a Monday. They're due by 11:59 p.m. on Monday. And hopefully you can this will help you to plan out your assignments and figure out when you need to work on things so that you don't procrastinate. So that's the syllabus and calendar are there for you in that form. And then also the calendar is there in that monthly calendar view. You have to kind of click over, but you can see I've set up the whole course for us and you can kind of see what's coming up throughout the class. Okay, then we have lessons and homework, and that's basically where everything else is. There are a couple of videos I kept up here just for the time being, how to submit a paper through Blackboard. I walk through how to do that if you haven't done it before. It says it's from another instructor. So yeah, it's how to submit your paper. This is if you're working in Google Docs instead of Word. This shows you how to convert a Google Doc to a Word doc. Really simple and easy, just takes a minute. And then all of the PowerPoint lecture notes are in this folder. So if you want to download them, print them, look at them while I do the video lectures, you can do that. And then we have every unit for the class. So what I've done here for each unit, I have the due dates and then the goals. So like for week 1, we're just understanding different types of plagiarism. I want to see what your writing looks like before we start. And I'm going to try to give you some pointers and feedback on that writing before your first major paper. Unit 1, the deadlines are September 14th and September 21st. And here are our goals. So we're going to start learning about argument. We're going to do critical reading. And we're going to learn about how to incorporate paraphrases, quotes, and summaries into our writing. So if I click on here, the due dates and assignments are all here at the top. So again, what to watch, what to read, what to do, and then the supplemental stuff, the optional resources that are there to help you. Then I have a note on Unit 1. This is just for this unit. Then all of the lectures. So lecture videos that I've done, and they are set up so that I can track statistics, so I can see who's viewed them and who has not. So just be aware of that. Then your readings are right here, the optional viewing video, and then the assignments. Here's the discussion forum in the journal for the first week. Here are some supplemental resources, transitions, and a pre-writing worksheet if you want to do an outline. And then there's the paper assignment directions and then the paper itself. So I just want to show you how these are set up. The discussion forum looks like this. When you go, you click Create Thread. The prompt is here again. And you can either type it in this box or you can type it up in Microsoft Word or Google Docs and then copy and paste it into this box. When you're done, you're going to press Submit. Now, it won't let me do anything because I'm a teacher, but what happens basically is once you create that thread, then you can see the entire forum and it will allow you to comment on 2 posts from other people in the course. So just to kind of review what I did, maybe. There we go. This is hyperlinked. You can see how it gets underlined. I click on that. Then I click Create Thread. Then the same thing that was on the previous page is here. And I'm going to type my answer in the box. I'm going to put in a subject. And I'll show you guys just how to copy and paste. Say this was my answer. And then I would hit submit. And that's it. So let's go back. Now, journals and papers look a little bit different because not everybody can see them. So with the journal and with the paper, I have the prompt again before. Let me go back for a second. There we go. Here's the journal link. You can see again, it underlines when I hover over it. And the prompt is right there, what I'm asking you to do. Then you're going to click on that. And then, instead of writing your submission, you're going to browse your computer and upload the file where you wrote it. So, let's say that that's your file. You find it on your computer, you click open, and then you hit submit. And that's basically it. Again, it won't let me do it, but it'll let you do it. Okay, so I'm going to click back over here to lessons and homework, and I'm going to go into Unit 2. I'm not going to go through all the units, but I just want you guys to see that they really are set up the same way. Here are the lecture videos, here are the required readings, here are some resources and some optional videos to watch, and then here are the assignments, right? And they're kind of, again, set up the same way. The lecture videos, a note from me, the lecture videos, the readings, the supplemental resources, and then here you have a journal. There's some papers that you can, I'm asking you to read, and a discussion forum, and then more supplemental materials. This is a bigger unit. It takes place over 3 weeks, so there's a lot of stuff in here. But each week is kind of set up the same way. So these are in order of what I'd like you to do, and the order is listed right here as well. So if you're not sure where something is, you can scroll. Now we're at the bottom. Yeah, so that's how each unit is set up. Everyone will have that item there at the top telling you what is in the unit and what you need to do. Anything recommended viewing says, I'll go down to some of them, you can see that this says optional. So you don't have to watch these 2 videos if you don't want, but I think that they can be helpful. All of my lectures are recorded in video form for you, and they're in the PowerPoints. So you can have them in both ways. But that's basically how the homework is set up, the homework and lessons folder. It has those unit folders from the beginning of the class through the end. There's our extra credit unit during Thanksgiving. If you want to complete the extra credit, you can. And I also have a link here for you to go directly to the discussion forums if you want. So you can kind of see here the discussion questions that I'm going to be asking you from different weeks throughout the semester. And then after that, there's other tools for you. So you have grades. This is where you can see your grades. You'll notice that all of them say upcoming, but it'll show you if you've submitted it and whether or not I have graded it yet. Once I do grade it, it won't just give you your grade, it'll also give you some of my, it'll show you some of my comments. So you can click there and you can read my comments. Those comments are going to be really important because I want you to be able to learn from your mistakes and continue to build upon your strengths for each paper. So I'll start with commenting on the writing sample, and hopefully you can read my comments there and get a good idea of what you need to do for the first essay. Later on, when we do revisions, you're going to need to read those comments to know what to revise. Also here is email. So you can email all instructors if you want to email me through here. And then we have a tool called Starfish. So if you haven't seen Starfish before, for me, it has a list of my students. These are my students from last summer. And I can flag people or refer them for services. So if I say, hey, I think this person could discuss some of their classes with their academic advisor, or this person has told me that they need ADA accommodations, or that they're going through something right now and they might be needing counseling. All of the support services that are here. Now, if you don't feel comfortable talking to me and asking me to refer you to somebody, you can also in Starfish raise your own hand. So you can say, hey, I need help in this area. We also have other services, like if you have a course material concern. So if you have another class where you do have a book and you're struggling to be able to buy it or to get it on time, you can raise your hand and click that flag. We also have tutoring, so you can raise your hand and say that you need tutoring, that you need ADA accommodations, anything like that. So it's a nice way for you to connect with resources, and also for me to help you get connected to those resources. And then the last thing here on the left is Blackboard help. So it's just a link to the help from, I'll open it in a new tab. It's just a link for students knowing how to check your browser, submit an assignment, check to see if you did submit an assignment, get help with SafeAssign, which is our plagiarism checking software, how to take a test in Blackboard, how to find your grades, all of that's there for you. So I hope that this walkthrough helped you feel a little bit more comfortable with the class. There's also going to be an email with just another welcome from me, just talking about what we're going to be doing the first week, so look for that as well. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always email me. My information is in the syllabus under contact information, under my nice smiling picture. So my email and my office phone are both there, so you can contact me anytime you need. And that's it. I look forward to getting to know all of you. Thanks.